So guess whose depression hit her like a freight train this morning? And this, of course, the day after having had a review of how my anxiety's been doing this past month, which is a lot better than it was. But I'm just... I think that's gotta be, like, the hardest part of mental illness, is when you're doing better and then you're not. Because you're like, I was doing better and now I'm not. How is this fair? And it's not a question of fairness at all. But it's still hard. Like, I've got work I need to do. The fact that I'm out of bed today is amazing. Like, the fact that I'm doing this is amazing, because I didn't want to get out of bed today. In fact, there was a moment where I wasn't going to, and then Miss Sleepy Time right now over here just kept bothering me and bothering me and bothering me until I got up. And then I had to resist going back to bed. So I was like, well, let's do things. I don't want to do things. I want to literally go back to bed. And here I am making myself do things because they need to get done. And I don't want to go back to bed because it's just making it worse. And God, self-care is the hardest when it's literally not something you want to do right now. I started with things that I have to do, like, minimal work with, that needed getting done. So, like, I've done laundry today, because I put it in the machine, I turned the machine on, and then I don't have to deal with it for another, like, 40 minutes. And I've got a meal in a slow cooker going, because I literally put shit in the slow cooker and I don't have to deal with it for another 3 hours. Except maybe stirring it, like. But I'm out of those things. Like, everything else on my list is more immediate, and what's worse is, like, the most important thing on my list is the last book I need to read for this stupid paper. Okay, I'm doing that thing where I'm literally hurting myself, give me a second. No, we're not doing this. Not doing this today, we're not doing this today. Get over here, Schneck. Okay, I got it. I've got Schneck. Tiggs is now looking at me in both concern and somehow I think pride, because I went and got Schneck. Yeah, so, like, I'm out of easy stuff to do, and I'm supposed to be reading this final book for this final paper, but that needs me to be, like, fully here, and I've been trying, and I think the more I try, the less I'm here. So I just might have to give up on that one today, because it's gonna make things worse. I don't need things to be worse right now. Okay. This is making me anxious and depressed. Give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna see if I can get a handle on this and I'll be back. Okay. I took few minutes, I played with Schneck. I really love Schneck as part of my tool kit because, one, doesn't hurt anybody, including myself, because I've realized that I did have a tendency, less so for the head hitting, which doesn't happen very often, but more so with, like, picking at my nails and squeezing my hands and fingers. So, Schneck. And what I really like about Schneck is it's also a snap bracelet. So he's actually very subtle, which is good going into classes. Hi, Tiggs. What are you doing back there? Basically, I can pull them out of my bag in class and, like, just have them on my lap or have them on my wrist under the desk. And no one really has to notice, which is again, I think part of my own bias and feeling like it's still an issue and people are gonna judge me on it. But I mean, I've had very supportive people who know about it, who have been super sweet and helpful in it all. But I wasn't planning on blogging about this today, but then, like I said, I woke up and my depression had hit me like a freight train. And poor Tiggs over here has been working just overtime because she's really good at picking up when I've worked myself up. Like, that's the terminology I use, but that's, I think, the really weird thing for me today and why I'm not coping super well is the last little bit, it's really been a focus on my anxiety and not on my depression. And so waking up this morning with the one being more prevalent, the depression being more prevalent, I just was less prepared for it. But with my anxiety, I describe it as working myself up, because again, my head just goes. And Tiggs is fantastic for, like, picking up on this, and, like, she'll just come out and plop herself down on me and just turn up the purse, and it's like, okay, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break and we're gonna cuddle and we're gonna purr. And, like, her doing this right now, like, she's just watching me, like, she's got an eye on me, because again, I brought myself down, which is good. Yeah, that's the camera, Tiggs. Oh, you giving it some rubs? Giving the people watching some hugs? Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna put it further over here. She's also watching the strap on the camera. See if she can go after that. Because that's the other thing she'll do, is, like, sometimes the response is, okay, let's play. And other times it's, let's cuddle. So, the problem I'm now running into is that I've run out of things that I can effectively do that need to get done that have minimal effort on my part. And it is a question of how much I push today. It is worth noting that it is now afternoon because I didn't get up for a really long time today because I wanted to stay in bed. So it's not like it's mid-morning and I have the rest of the day to go. Like, it is afternoon, and there are still, like, some key things I should do. Like, I should have lunch of some sort. Can you not pick at the covers? Should have lunch of some sort, which will be our next thing after this. And then this, of course, because it's Friday, so this needed to get done. At least I told myself that, and talking about it helps, I think. I think talking about it's helped. I'm just tired today. And I've been tired a lot recently because I am doing something that's pushing me. Like, I'm doing a PhD program, and it's pushing me mentally, and at times physically, and certainly emotionally. And I really think it's going to be worth it, and I think it's a good push. And there are points where I'm out of my comfort zone, and there are points that I'm precisely in my comfort zone, and I'm learning really cool things. But the hard part, again, is not getting down on myself because my mental illnesses have not magically gone away. Like, I still have to deal with my anxiety and depression, and dealing with them is even more important now precisely because I am pushing myself, and so they come rearing up, and they can be absolutely massive to deal with. Why are you picking at my sweater and my sheets? Oop. So, I also think it's just going to be the time of year for, like, all of it getting... Will you stop that? You're tickling me. Time of year for it getting worse. I mean, I don't think it's gonna... Yeah, like, that's the weather that I'm dealing with right now. Like, it has been snowstorm after snowstorm. Like, the roads just look absolutely disgusting to deal with. So my depression and my anxiety is like, stay inside, don't talk to people, don't do anything, and that's not helpful. And of course, it's the end of the year coming up, so it's like a time of reflection and planning. And so it's like, well, you didn't do all the things you were hoping to do, and you're not as far along as you wanted to be, and blah, 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 blah. And I hate recognizing irrational thoughts and not being able to not think them. But that's mental illness. So, I think my basic plan is get lunch, render this video, and post it. If we get something else useful done today, cool. But that useful thing might be playing some video games so that I don't curl up in a ball and cry. Because I don't think I need that today. It's just going to give me a headache. So, me and Schneck and Tiggs are hoping you doing okay. And if you're not doing okay, that's okay too. That's pretty normal. And I'm proud of you for dealing with not okay, and dealing with okay, and dealing with great, and dealing with fucking terrible. Our brains are sometimes our worst enemies, and the fact that you're pushing through is fantastic. So love to everybody struggling this season, trying to deal with things. Yeah, I am right there with you, and we are all gonna make it through this, even if it doesn't feel like it. So I'll talk to you later, Rach.